Hey, it's Charlie, and welcome to Wild Things. Stories and interviews for my kids, and you, if you're interested. And this time I'll be talking to a guy who I've known for over 25 years now. I was living in London at the time, read a book about the country, and decided that I would go. Well, I wasn't ready for how captivated I would be by the place. So I was determined to go back, and I started writing universities all over the U.S. to find archaeology students or somebody that could go there with me to kind of teach me the culture, the history, everything. But most everyone told me to write the office of this guy named Zahi Hawass. I got a letter back from his office, and when I opened the envelope, I was very surprised because it was a 3-page handwritten letter from him. I guess he just really appreciated my enthusiasm and passion for his country. I met him a couple years later when I went to Los Angeles for a symposium or lecture he was giving at UCLA. And at the lunch break, he ushered me out the door and into a car with 2 people I didn't know. Well, I didn't really know him either, but turns out the guy was a business partner and the woman was from National Geographic. The whole lunch we talked about Egypt and a friendship was born. If you've watched the Discovery Channel or Nat Geo TV, you know this guy if you're into anything related to Egypt because he was a part of the government for a very long time. He is Egypt's best ambassador ever, and he's on a lecture tour of the U.S. and Canada right now. Thrilled to have him, so glad he made time for this. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Zahi Hawass. Now, Zahi, I don't want to fanboy out on you, but I am just so thrilled that you're coming back to my city, Boston.
Thank you, Charlie, very much.
And you're also going to, 30 other towns this tour?
33.
33. It's the Zahi Lectures. We'll put that up on the screen here, but zahilectures.com. You can get all the information there. But tell us, I mean, you're about to turn, if I remember right, 78?
Yeah, in May.
In May. Yep. So you are not slowing down. You're kind of like the Rolling Stones.
That's true.
Yeah. Are you up for this? Are you pumped? I mean, I can't imagine that you wouldn't be just because you're so passionate about sharing discoveries and adventures. It's like a little kid comes out in you.
It's true. You know, if you have passion for anything small, you can make it big. I think I made from archaeology, I make it big in my country. And this passion drives me all the time to the top. Yep. Excavating, lecturing, writing books, and I think it's amazing life to have all these things happening in my life.
What was little Zahi like? Can you give us a glimpse of the, 7 or 10-year-old Zahi Hawass?
No, I was very riot and playing soccer and acting in my village and leading all the kids in the village. And I was a unique boy. That's what people say.
Yeah. And when did you get your first love for archaeology? I mean, growing up in Egypt, things were happening all the time, I'm guessing.
No, when I graduated from the university and I went to my first excavation, and when I found the first statue, and I was cleaning on this statue, and this when I said I found my love. I had passion for archaeology.
Yeah.
And if you have passion for anything, it's changed your life. When I talk about archaeology, the talk comes from my heart.
Yeah, and you can tell you are again very passionate. You do not suffer fools, if I can say that. You want things done right. You've always been a very strict boss with the people that you work with. I'm just wondering if they appreciate that. They appreciate your, getting after them.
Oh, they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I walk in the streets of Cairo, all the kids and everyone want to take photos with me. They do appreciate what I do for Egypt.
And you're coming to America. Obviously, you're world famous. You're the real Indiana Jones, as the phrase has been coined. I couldn't quite do the right hat. Yours is amazing, and I know at your lectures you have in the past had those hats for sale, right? So I can buy one.
Yeah, it was the money went for the Children's Museum in Cairo, and now it goes for the Children's Hospital with cancer.
In that case, I'm definitely getting one of those hats. Now, Zahi, everybody should know that your passion and enthusiasm are contagious. In fact, I wanted to share a story. You came to Boston years ago to do a lecture at the Museum of Fine Arts here.
Yes.
And at that, you invited me to a lunch. And here I am sitting with a Harvard astrophysicist on this side. I've got a hedge fund manager on this side. I've got important people all around me. I'm a DJ, for crying out loud. And you came over and you were just talking to me about the amazing museum, the new museum you were going to build in Cairo, the new Egyptian museum.
Now it will be opened on the 3rd of July. I'm very proud that I built two great museums. One opened, which is called the Civilization Museum, that contained the mummies. And the second one is the largest museum in the world. We call it the Grand Egyptian Museum, that contain all the artifacts of Tutankhamun. And this museum will be opened on July 3rd.
Yeah, see, I went to the museum in 1997, so I'm guessing that...
You went to the Cairo Museum.
Exactly. I'm guessing it's a lot different.
Yeah, no, it's still only they took out Tutankhamun, but still, it's a beautiful museum that actually contain the best for Egyptian art. It still has the treasures of Yuya and Tuya, and the treasures of Tanis, and amazing museum. That if you come to Egypt, you have to see this museum, always.
And on your tour, a royal evening, they're calling it, there have been so many discoveries that have come about in the last 100 years, I would say. Can you name the top three in your mind as far as discoveries go of Egyptian antiquity and civilization?
I think the most important is the recent one, which is the discovery of the lost Golden City.
The lost city, yeah.
It's a big, large city that I found. I call it lost because I never thought that this city could be discovered. Because people always discover tombs, pyramids, and temples, but never anyone discovered a city.
Now, this was just all under the sand?
The city was completely covered under the sand. And when I was searching for the temple of Tutankhamun, by accident, we made a sondage in this area. We found one house that led me to a big, large city. It is the largest city ever found. And I call it gold because it was built in the time of the Golden Age, in the time of Amenhotep III. And inside this city, we discovered royal workshops, and we found many important things. And also near the city, we found another big, large cemetery for the singers, women and men of the god Amun on Dynasty 25. To the west of the city, underneath a house or a village, we discovered until now 3 tombs, beautiful scenes and statues and incredible. Those are the people who were under the king. And also I'm searching in Luxor for the tomb of Queen Nefertiti.
Oh, boy.
And also using DNA to search for her mummy, and the mummy of her daughter, Ankh-Esinamun.
Now, do you think that she had some kind of connection to the city that you found? Is there something that...
Of course, we found the name Semenech Kara. And Semenech Kara, in my opinion, is the throne name for Queen Nefertiti. When she ruled after Akhenaten, maybe for 1 or 2 years, she had the throne name as Semenech Kara. I found this name in my city.
Wow.
And we found many beautiful amulets for Queen T, the Queen of Amenhotep III. And also we found for the amulets for the goddess Hathor. And one house that contained the sun disk, I call it the house of Aton, because, you know, Amenhotep III and his son Akhenaten believed in one God, which is Atum, the power behind the sun. And this house is really unique. The amount of the blue pottery that we found is really amazing. And also we discovered a temple that connected with the temple of Queen Hatshepsut. And that temple, it's a valley temple. Inside this temple, more than 1,500 beautifully decorated blocks. And one block that has the cartouche of Thutmose III. And you have to know that many people believe that Thutmose III is the one who killed Hatshepsut.
Yep.
But I found that this is not true, because I found her mummy and I found that she died of cancer.
Oh, wow.
And now to discover the name of Thutmose III inside this temple means that he maintained her cult. If he maintained her cult, he cannot kill her. Then our discovery, it changed history.
You know, archaeologists, I think, they dig around in the dirt a lot, just to put it in plain English. But I heard you say one time that sometimes archaeologists are very lucky and sometimes they're very unlucky. Can you tell the story about, I think it was found in 1954 or something. It was a sarcophagus that was alabaster that they found absolutely sealed and not disturbed.
Yeah, it was found in 1954 by an Egyptian archaeologist, and he brought the president, and they opened it live, and they found it empty, completely.
Have you ever discovered something and found it completely empty?
No.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No. But when I found in my career, I read this story, and this story that I read it gave me one lesson: you never open anything live without opening it, reopening it. I discovered in Abu Sir, it's a site located between Giza and Saqqara, and I found a sealed sarcophagus with in a tomb. Then I called the Minister of Culture and I said, we found this intact tomb. He said, I will bring the press, we'll open it live. I went to the site, I opened the first lid of the sarcophagus.
Yep.
I found a second one. I took the second one, I found a third one. Underneath the third one, I found the mummy in a coffin. And I told the workmen to put it back, everything. And I asked the minister to come with the press. And I opened it. I never told him that I opened it before him. But it's so difficult. If you open anything live, you can make mistakes.
Yeah.
You are based in Boston now.
Yes.
I'm coming to Boston, I think. What day do you know?
July 9th.
July 9th.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Last time you were here,
Okay.
I got this.
Oh,
yeah.
This is one of my beautiful books. How did you get it?
I bought this.
From where?
From the lecture.
Oh, last time.
Yes. My kids got to meet you. We did
I remember.
We had a blast, and we're going to be back this time too.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'll remind everybody, ZahiLectures.com, 33 cities across the United States and Canada, and actually some great food cities now that I look. Now, Zahi, we've had a couple of very nice meals together, but I'm just wondering, have you ever discovered anything related to food in any of the tombs or digs you've done?
No, food. We, in the tomb of Tutankhamun, found the diet of Tutankhamun and drinking beer and drinking wine. We had remains of beer and wine. And food found in many tombs, because this was the offering for the deceased in the afterlife.
They took it with them, right? That's what ancient Egyptians believed.
Yeah. The Egyptian diet was eating garlic and onion and a bread and drinking beer.
So they passed that down to the Italians? Is that how that worked?
Yeah, this like your McDonald's now.
Right.
This was the Egyptian diet for the kings and the poor, for everyone.
Wow. Now, talk a little bit about the kings next to the poor, because I think they originally thought that the pyramids or burial chambers were specifically for people of great power, but you've since found that common people were treated very well in certain areas, correct?
Of course, yes. Like when I found the tombs of the pyramid builders, they were not slaves because they were buried in the shadow of the pyramids, and they were paid by the households. Others say they were slaves. It's not true. If they were slaves, they will never be buried in the shadow of the pyramids.
Forgive me, but I just have to say it. Has Elon Musk said that the pyramids were built by aliens?
Yeah.
Really?
He did. Yeah, he did announce that, and I answered him back. And I said, this is not true. And I gave him the evidence why he is wrong and why we are correct.
And isn't it ironic that, we think of an ancient civilization, but if we really look at what they did back then, they're almost more advanced than we are now.
They believed in God, and the pyramid was the national project of the whole nation. Then the 3 millions who lived in Egypt, all of them participated in building the pyramid to make the king as a god. But they were not advanced more than us today. Their belief in the national project, building the tomb for the king, made them to know about astronomy and mathematics and art and architecture. Really, to show when you believe in God, you can make many great things.
Yeah.
But the Egyptians, their belief, I always say that the belief of the afterlife built Egypt.
And I heard you say mind over muscle back then.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So I think they relied more on their mind because they didn't have other things to rely on back then. Is that accurate?
Yes, but their main purpose was building the tomb for the king.
Right.
To make the king as a god.
One of the things that I've always found fascinating is if we looked at the pyramids back when they were built, what would they have looked like?
They were cased with white, fine limestone. And the top of the pyramid, they had a capstone cased with gold, shining with the sun god, with the sun. That's how it looked like. It was an amazing project. And then the top there was a capstone or a pyramidion, and it was cased with gold to be shining with the sun.
If you had 3 things that you could discover, and I know that during your tour, A Royal Evening, Dr. Zahi Hawass, go to zahilectures.com, and I promise you won't regret it. But if you had 3 discoveries that you could make in your lifetime, what would they be?
I think the most important will be the tomb of Queen Nefertiti.
Nefertiti, okay.
In the Valley of the Kings.
Yep.
This is one really that I want to discover. I don't want to discover anything else because I made major discoveries in my life. And in this trip, I'm announcing great discoveries that no one really ever heard before. I was searching for Cleopatra, but I'm not interested. I'm only interested now in the discovery of the tomb of Queen Nefertiti.
Right.
This is number 1. And this is why I'm searching with my team in the Valley of the Kings.
So that's your focus right now is...
It is the most important thing for me now.
Where did they find the bust of her that's almost perfect? I mean...
The bust of Nefertiti was found in Tel Habarna by a German. His name is Burckhardt. And Burckhardt found it in 1912.
Oh.
And in 1913, he really cheated and he took the bust out of the country illegally. And this is why I do have a petition now in the internet asking for people to sign to bring it back. And I'm waiting until the signatures can be 1 million. Then I can ask officially to represent the public, not only the Egyptians, but many people, and bring it back to be shown in the Grand Museum. It's home
right.
should be Egypt.
And I know you're a huge proponent of repatriation of Egyptian artifacts that have for a long, long time been taken by other countries. Your success in that, I think you've gotten works from different museums who have had these collections, right? Or these pieces that have been brought back to Egypt.
I brought back like 6,000 artifacts.
Oof.
Yeah, I was stolen out of Egypt, but I have to say that the Homeland Security in the United States really helped me a lot in bringing artifact that was stolen out of the country. And I never really forget this. Coffins and beautiful artifacts and National Geographic also, Terry Garcia, helped us in returning many things was taken out of the country. I really think that the most important thing that museums has to stop buying stolen artifacts, because now museums do buy stolen artifacts, and this is really shame.
Oh.
If a museum will buy stolen artifacts, means they encourage thieves to go in the tombs and cut the reliefs and damage the tombs.
And museums are supposed to be the places and the people that protect.
Yeah, but they still buy stolen artifacts, which is a shame.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will let you go. I know that you've got to start your tour.
Thank you, Charlie, very much. Really, I'm very happy to see you and talk to you, and I will see you in Boston.
Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Charlie.